Israeli bombardment has killed 6 Palestinians in a residential area north of Rafah in southern Gaza. A family home in the area was targeted. Israel has increased its bombing campaign in and around Rafah, despite international pressure not to launch a military offensive on the city. Nearly 1.5 million Palestinians are seeking shelter in the area after fleeing Israel's attack elsewhere in Gaza. Let's bring in our correspondent in southern Gaza. Tarek Abu Azoum joins us from Rafah. Tarek, first of all, what more can you tell us about this strike on this family's home there?
Well, certainly it was an extremely bloody night in Rafah, where a residential building was destroyed, where at least 6 Palestinians have been reported killed, including 4 children. And the attack was carried out after midnight, where the attack was carried out without any prior warning, just only a few meters away from the house that I'm sheltering in the north of Rafah district. It was really a bloody attack, as the entire area has been feeling the shaking of the bombardment, where casualties also among children and women have been reported, and those who have been injured have been transferred by ambulances to Kuwaiti Hospital to receive proper medical treatment. But yet Rafah has been widely attacked on overnight strikes as a part of the Israeli ongoing expansion of the attacks on that very densely populated area. But similarly, other areas of the territory have been widely attacked, including Bureij refugee camp, where 9 Palestinians have been reported injured in that area amid ongoing artillery bombardment on the southern eastern part of Gaza City, including a Zeitoun neighbourhood, where eyewitnesses there have been confirming a constant artillery shelling of residential houses and agricultural farmlands in such areas, without till now any lit up in fighting. Similarly, we can say that what we do know is that the ongoing artillery bombardment and airstrikes across the Gaza Strip have left behind a swathe of destruction, where civil defense crews were doing their best in order to recover the injuries from beneath the rubble of the destroyed houses in light of the ongoing lack of essential civil equipment. But mainly what we can also confirm that in light of the ongoing bombardment, the humanitarian situation does not really witness a great change in terms of the numbers of the humanitarian aid trucks that are getting into the territory on a daily basis. Within the past 24 hours, only 212 trucks of humanitarian convoys have been allowed to get into the Gaza Strip from both Rafah and Karem Salem crossing border, which cannot really sufficient enough in order to meet the immense needs of Gaza's population here in the south.
Tarek, do stay with us, because I want to mention that today Palestinian journalists covering Israel's war on Gaza have been awarded UNESCO's World Press Freedom Prize.
To Palestinian journalists covering Gaza.
An international jury said it recognised their courage during what it called times of darkness and hopelessness. UNESCO said the award pays tribute to journalists facing difficult and dangerous circumstances. At least 143 media workers and journalists have been killed in Gaza in nearly 7 months of war. Now, Tarek, you're one of those journalists. You've been reporting every day from Gaza under extremely difficult circumstances. What does winning this award mean to you?
Well, what I can say is that without journalists, the world will be a dark place. They're working here in the territory to discover the entire story with full credibility and neutrality. They have been risking their lives in order to keep the world informed, and that prize is awarded to all Palestinian journalists who have been completely going through difficult circumstances, including the internal displacement, the lack of all basic items, the starvation that is looming, and at the same time, despite all of these immense challenges that Palestinian journalists have been going through, they have been keep reporting on the ground tirelessly for more than 6 months right now as a part of their job, and also despite the unprecedented rate of death among those journalists since the beginning of this conflict. Personally, I've been reporting on the ground since day one of the fighting about the ongoing genocidal military campaign. We have been surrounded by unprecedented circle of dangers that are unfolding us till this very moment as bombardment continued, and every single day and night where Palestinian journalists have been sacrificing their life in order to keep the entire international community informed. And despite all of these challenges unfolding them, they are completely insisting on one message, is that no matter what is the cost of reporting, the world must be informed and must know all the details of the story on the ground across the Gaza Strip. So I'd like to send a great salute and a great message of thanks and appreciations for all of Palestinian journalists across the entire Palestinian territories, not only in the Gaza Strip, but for those who are also in the West Bank, who are trying to do everything possible in order to deliver the truth about all the latest of what's happening inside the Palestinian occupied territories.
Well, Tarek, we also greatly appreciate your courage bringing us the story every day there from Gaza. Thank you very much, Tarek Abu Azoum in Rafah, southern Gaza.